on Twitch. Let's see what happens with the stream on Twitch. Do we have audio? Yes, we do. Alrighty. And Dementia Radio now. And recording in 3, 2, 1.
Recorded live on DementiaRadio.org, it's the Funny Music Podcast. Brought to you by FuMP.com, where you can download new free comedy songs twice a week. Now, here's your hosts, Devo Spice and the great Luke Ski.
Hey, Devo Spice!
Hey, Luke Ski!
We have us here now.
We are here now, and you can hear us now. We have sound now that's working. Welcome to episode 688 of the Funny Music Podcast for August 24th, 2023. The title of this week's episode is Imagine Swing Size. And I put that in the chat. Random word generator, people. It does what it does. We have a pre-recorded interview with Paul Wensley coming up later in the show. I never heard back from Steve Goodie. He's off in Edinburgh doing his thing, busy as hell. So I did send him the link, so if he pops in, sleep deprived, it's like 2 in the morning over there. We'll see. But in the meantime, let's do this.
Let's get caught up with what Devo and Luke have been up to since last week. Or else Devo, if Luke failed and didn't show up.
Hey, what?
No, he's right.
Brett G in the chat says, there was supposed to be a FuMP shattering kaboom. I don't know what that's reference to, but I love it.
So, I go first,
sure.
I suppose. I went and saw Blue Beetle, and that was good. Yeah, I dig it. So yeah, go see Blue Beetle.
I have no interest in that movie. I watched the trailer and I'm like, nah.
It's like, it's not something that it's not the kind of thing where I would be like, oh my god, you have to go see, Teenage Mutant Mayhem. It's like there's certain movies where it's like you have to see this, and it's like that's all right. Yeah, you can go see it.
I do still want to see Turtles, but what's funny is one of my friends from the acting class is he's young. I think he's only like 20, but he is a huge Turtles fan and did not like the movie at all. So. Well,
I don't know. Everyone's entitled to their opinion, but I think Kyle and I have been Turtles fans for probably way longer than that guy. And
I told him you guys both loved it, and so, but anyway, I'm still planning to see it. I haven't had a chance to yet.
It's like the movie ends like I'm not going to spoil anything, but something happens with the Turtles at the end of this movie that I've never seen them ever do with the Turtles before, and I'm like, that's brilliant. Why hasn't anyone else thought of trying this? And it makes me excited for like where this particular, storyline version of the Turtles, like where it's going to potentially go. So yeah.
Do they duck their heads into their shells?
I don't remember if they specifically did that during the movie, but they very well could. Anyway, so yeah, and then last Friday it was Tony Goldmark's 40th birthday. Yay! So we had a party here with a bunch of his friends. We did barbecue and just had a good old fun time. So also we watched something of Tony's that I never somehow I just missed it and never got around to watching it. Him and his friends Doggins and Charlie, aka Spazmaster. Back about 7 years ago, they took the video footage of the original opening day telecast of Disneyland opening for the first time, and they did like an MST3K riff track style riffing of it, and it's on YouTube, and it's so well done. Like it's one of those things
that just showed up in my recommended videos on YouTube while I was eating dinner like an hour ago. I didn't watch it because I saw how long it was and I didn't have time. But I was like, oh, that looks good. I will come back to that. But that's funny you mentioned that.
they broke it into 3 parts because the whole telecast, I think, altogether was like about 90 minutes. So they just do like, do it in like 3 sections, and they have like an introduction to it and everything too, which is really good. But yeah, it was really, really funny, like super high quality, the kind of stuff Tony and his friends make. This great, funny stuff. So anyway, so I recommend that. What else happened? I've played Dungeons and Dragons like once before, like probably 10 years ago with like Carrie and Josh and Ken and some other people. And it was like my only real experience ever playing the game, and it wasn't like I joined a campaign. It was just something I did for one night, and tried it out. But this past Sunday, I started the first game of an actual regular gaming session thing that's going to be going on between myself, Kyle, Lindsay, our friend Mike Polensky, who's another storyboarder from Magiswords, and our friend Matt, who is being our DM, and we're doing our own like D&D thing, but we're doing it kind of like in a more or less kind of 1940s Toontown style adventure, and we've all invented our own cartoon characters. So Matt is kind of translating our D&D sheets into this like Toontown adventure that takes place in Los Angeles in it's technically modern times, but we're trying to keep it like with a 1940s aesthetic, kind of like Batman the Animated Series, so to speak, Yeah. Anyway, so that was interesting, and it's D&D has always felt weird to me to play because, or why part of the reason I never got into it is because like I've always felt like I wasn't smart enough to handle it, first of all, but secondly, it's like it's a game that has both a million rules and no rules at all. And like something about my brain is like, no! So it's like I'm always afraid of like I'm going to be playing it wrong or whatever. So, but
yeah, you're playing it wrong.
But the overall thing is just Kyle telling me it's just mainly about us getting together and hanging out and being goofy and making jokes. Like we've actually worked into the game mechanic. Like if somebody makes a particularly good joke, like they earn some kind of points for that or something. So yeah.
Well, really, all you have to do is imagine swing size, and you'll be fine.
So the another interesting thing about that particular session was that it happened on the day of the hurricane earthquake. Remember the hurricane earthquake day? I specifically did not go into work that day because I was supposed to work a 9-to-5 shift, which was rare for me, in and of itself. But that was the day. It was all supposed to go crazy, and there's going to be torrential rains and high winds, and, then a literal friggin' earthquake happened, and I'm assuming, like, oh, we've been planning this D&D session for all this time, but we're obviously going to cancel it. But no, Matt was determined, like, we have to play D&D. He actually called and was like, Kyle and Lindsay saying, like, hey, my car doesn't really handle driving in the rain too well. Could you come pick up me and Mike in Pittsburgh's place? And it's like, wow, I guess. So this is my first experience of it's so hard to schedule a D&D session that, even lethal weather won't keep people from getting together as long as, they can make their D&D game happen, because it took forever to schedule when it would happen. So
I'm sure there's a sci-fi movie called Hurricane out there.
And what else? Well, I could also at least briefly mention Ahsoka! Woo! Ahsoka Tano! Yeah! So I've watched the first 2 episodes.
And it's out? I didn't know it was out.
Yeah, it just came out.
Nice. All right. I got so much to watch. I'm so far behind.
Yeah, the first 2 episodes are up, and so a lot of what's going on in Ahsoka stems from how the series Star Wars Rebels ended, because Ahsoka was a part of that show. voiced by Ashley Eckstein, the original voice actor of Ahsoka from Clone Wars. And it's interesting because it was a cartoon. It was meant to be, aimed at a demographic of kids, and the characters were a lot more bright and colorful and stuff like that. And ever since Ahsoka showed up on Mandalorian and then in Book of Boba Fett, it's like she's wearing this kind of gray, darkish gray outfit. And I realized probably the visual symbolism is that there's a thing in Star Wars, there's the Jedi and then there's the Sith and then there's people who are in between, and they call them gray Jedi, meaning they aren't, necessarily allegiant on the good side or the bad side. And there was a whole bunch of bullcrap that went down with Ahsoka, so she never officially became a Jedi because of some stupid stuff that went down in Clone Wars. But so basically the point is that she's wearing all gray, and I'm like, okay, I get that symbolism, but now we're into doing this stuff with, Sabine Wren and Hera Syndulla is showing up, and Chopper's there, and they're all yellow and green and orange, and they're bright colored, and then Ahsoka's still there wearing all this gray, and I'm like, okay, and now, as they get to the end of the second season, or the second episode, they're about to go off on, the grand adventure that's going to encompass this season, and now, Sabine Wren is kind of, gearing up for it, and even, it seems like in her gearing up, they toned down her color palette, and I'm like, please don't let this turn into, Andor, please don't let this turn into, oh, look, another Star Wars with no fun in it. It's Rebels was fun. Clone Wars was fun. Ahsoka, on some level, it's supposed to be fun. Yes, she's older and wiser now, but dang it, it's at least I know Chopper's there. Chopper will never stop being, the anarchy chaos robot, which we love so much. But, man, anyway, I mean, so basically, I'm liking it, I'm happy, but it's please let this be friggin' fun. Dang it. Anyway. They did have at least one shot where where Ahsoka is smirking, so they have Rosario doing that total Ahsoka smirk from back in the day, and it's okay, yeah, that right there, we need more of that.
I want to watch that, but I've never seen Rebels, so I have no idea if I'm going to be lost or not.
They do a pretty good job of bringing people up to speed on what's happening in it. But yeah, it's I actually the other day, for the heck of it, rewatched the original Clone Wars movie, the CG animated movie that came out, that was basically the beginning of the whole Clone Wars series. So it's our first introduction to Ahsoka, and she talked back to Anakin a lot, and that's why he started calling her Snips. So I'm like, we need some Snips energy up in this. So, but I'm psyched. It's. Yeah, anyway. So yeah, that's about it for me, other than me trying to force myself to get things done. So that I can get more things done. Yeah. So what have you been up to, Devo Spice?
Well, I talked about my short film, Room 259, last week, getting into some film festivals, right?
Yeah.
Did I mention it was nominated for an award?
I don't think it was at that point.
Okay. So yeah, I think that happened after last week's show, because I'm screwed up because last week's show we recorded Saturday. But yeah, the Jersey City Horror Film Festival nominated it for Best Student Film / First Time Filmmaker. So yeah, I'm excited. So that's happening on Sunday, this Sunday the 27th, at the Brightside Tavern in Jersey City. I'm in Block 2, which starts at 2:30 p.m. And I will be there along with Nicole, who plays the ghost in the movie, and she's also bringing her mother, which I'm excited about, because when there's a scream that she does in the short, where she gets real close up to the camera and just screams really loud. And I used it as an outtake at the end, because after, she screamed, she broke out laughing and fell on the floor. And apparently you can't hear it on any of the recordings, unfortunately, but apparently her mother was downstairs, and she could hear her go, "Oh my God, Nicole!" So I'm looking forward to meeting her and explaining that, yes, I'm the reason your daughter screamed like that. So Yeah, I am very much looking forward to Sunday. I'm so excited. And I've kind of got the bug. I've already got a second short film in pre-production. It is scripted. It is cast. We've got a shoot date. I'm going to be buying props soon. And we're going to be doing a read-through probably next week. And if all goes according to plan, I should have this done in time to premiere it at FuMPFest. And this one's a comedy, so it makes more sense to screen at FuMPFest. But I will be showing Room 259 there too, just because why not? So I'm like balls deep in filmmaking at the moment. And speaking of FuMPFest, I am trying to get all the work done on FuMPFest that I need to get done on FuMPFest, and I'm failing to because mostly my day job has gotten ridiculously busy all of a sudden. I was hoping to have the promo done for tonight so I could play it on tonight's show. It's not done. So hopefully by next week I'll have the promo done and we can, start promoting the hell out of this thing. And that's about it. So let's get into some music. Here is the FuMP debut of Paul Wensley with the song Crazy Beautiful, followed by a brief interview with him.
I ran into you in the lobby. Look at you. You are beauty personified. I can't believe you wanna talk to me. Who am I? Just some dumb guy. Well, yeah, you wanna talk a little about your wiener dog job and all your worries about the government spying on us. See, you're crazy beautiful with an emphasis on crazy, yeah, crazy, yeah. Not long after I slowly backed away. It's a nice day, I think I'll be on my way. Just then you grabbed me by the forearm really hard. That's gonna bruise up. And now I no longer wanna talk about your wiener dog job or all your worries about the government spying on us. 'Cause you're crazy beautiful with an emphasis on crazy, yeah, crazy, yeah. You're crazy beautiful with an emphasis on crazy, yeah, crazy, yeah. Then you start to follow me, screaming stuff about vaccines and wind machines and a thing about Satan worshiping. Oh, you're poor dog jock. You're crazy beautiful with an emphasis on crazy, yeah, crazy, yeah. You're crazy beautiful with an emphasis on
I'm here with Paul Wensley. How you doing, Paul?
I'm doing good, thanks. How you
Welcome to
doing?
the show. So
Thank
since
you.
this is your first time on the podcast, why don't you give us the rundown, who you are, where you're from, what you do, all that good stuff.
Well, I'm from Toronto. I'm an actor, voice actor, songwriter. I'm not a published songwriter per se, but I love to write songs. I became obsessed with it about 10 years ago when I was like I produced trailers and promos for shows. It's not like an active thing right now, but I was producing promos for a show here in Canada. I'm in Toronto. And then I started scoring them, and I thought, oh my God, this is such a joy to have the freedom. I had always used music libraries and prior to that, and that's how I sort of got into songwriting.
Excellent.
Yeah.
So this song, Crazy Beautiful, is this kind of your typical style of songwriting, or is this just something you did as a goof?
Well, I wanted to have something melodic and like sound like just a regular kind of song, because it is not typical. Like, I do write comedy songs, but only as of the last probably year, because I got into stand-up comedy after the restrictions were lifted here in Toronto, and I thought, well, it'd be good to have some music to play to extend my sets, and to offer variety to the audience. So I started writing comedy songs, but prior to that, I've just been writing, pop songs and indie rock type songs.
Okay, so
Yeah.
so tell us the thought process behind Crazy Beautiful.
Well, there was a lady who lived in my building, who was beautiful, and who, as it came out, I didn't realize it, but she was a conspiracy theorist. And
Okay, so this is inspired by a true story.
yeah, it's
I was
inspired by a
wondering
true
about
story.
that, because sometimes these are, and like sometimes the lyrics get a little oddly specific, and you're like, I wonder if that really happened.
Right. Yeah.
So you mentioned you've been doing stand-up. How has the music incorporation into stand-up been working for you?
Uh, some nights really well. I have to bring this little amplifier with me because it's just one microphone that's set up, and sometimes like I've just got an acoustic guitar, so sometimes the guitar gets absorbed into the sound, just into the room too much. So I bring a little amp. But sometimes it goes great. I mean, it's a certain songs are really resonate with the audience.
Yeah, because I've done stand-up and I do comedy rap, and I've tried doing the comedy rap at stand-up clubs, and more often than not, they are not set up for comedy acts. They don't expect them. They
Right.
don't want them. They just they're like the best, like they're hoping for, if you tell them you're a musical act, is you will go on stage with a ukulele and just play it right in front of the microphone.
Yeah.
Like you tell them you have
Yeah.
a backing track, and they're like, oh God, what do we have to do now?
Yeah. Actually, I did a set last night at a music open mic. So I did 2 original songs, but I also did some stand-up. And the audience is like, what's this guy doing? I mean, like when you go do stand-up at a stand-up venue, they know they're going to
Yeah.
be getting stand-up. So, and also, if I were to do a serious song at a stand-up place, it'd be like, what the hell is this guy doing?
Right. Yeah.
Similarly.
What I
Yeah.
generally do is I do my music, and I do like a short bit of stand up, usually like 30 to 60 seconds between songs, to introduce the next
Oh,
song,
cool.
so that I'm not doing like a song and then 4 minutes of stand up and then the next song. Because
Yeah.
that way it's mostly a musical show, even if there is some stand up mixed in.
Yeah. And is your background performance, like acting and improv? Did I read that somewhere?
I'm taking acting classes now, and I'm actually, been in a couple of shorts and a couple of, had small roles in a couple of features. Nothing that you can watch anywhere at the moment, but I've been doing it. I've also recently gotten into filmmaking, but my background was mostly art and design, and I was just a fan of hip hop growing up. So I started writing my own rap songs. And then when I discovered comedy music, I was like, I'm going to make my raps funny. And I've been doing that ever since. And, I started performing live around 98, 2000, and just been doing it ever since.
Nice. So it's a real passion.
Yeah, I love it. I certainly don't make any money at it. So, it has to be a passion.
Yeah. I hear you. Yeah, same with me. I mean, that's why I can't. I wish I hadn't become so consumed by music and writing music, because it takes precedent over everything. I mean, I just love it so much. It doesn't make me feel like desperate or anything like that.
I know that feeling. In fact, I'm getting that now with the filmmaking, because I'm working on my next short film, and like everything else I'm supposed to be working on is kind of falling to the sides. And I'm like, no, I really need to focus on this other stuff. I'm like, but the short, it's going to be so cool,
Yeah.
Shiny project syndrome, I call it.
Right. That's accurate.
So do you have anything you'd like to plug?
Oh, do I have anything I'd like to plug? Well, I guess Wensley PJ at Instagram, if anyone wants to follow me there. I'm still working on comedy songs. I'll send you a new one soon. And
excellent.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you for joining us, and we look forward to hearing from you in the future.
Awesome. All right, man. Nice to meet you. Okay, take care.
This is the FuMP.
I'm the roughest, toughest, grumpinest, and when the dang long-eared galoot acts up, I've had enough of this. Bladder's flat and rat hat and all that, and my red mustache and beard are the scruffinest. I reckon y'all better keep back, cause I'm
It's candid camera, let's scream and smile. You see it all on VHS. Aliens have landed, and they're a little hostile. You see it all on VHS.
Need all of my hostess cakes, them Twinkies, ding dong zebras. These ho-hos only like me for one reason, and that's because
I got snacks, Reese's Pieces.
That's the Funny Music Project at thefump.com. TheFUMP.com.
Feel like I'm gonna puke, cause the timeline is screwed. Do I fix all this now, or wait till season 2? There's a hell of a ride, but the purpose is glorious.
Multiverse. Fight.
Time for funny music news. Something.
In the news, Clearly Guilty has announced they have a new album coming out on September 1st, and it is available now for pre-order on their Bandcamp page, which is clearlyguilty.bandcamp.com. The album will be available for $10, and you know what? I forgot what it's called. I don't think I didn't write down what it's called. Let me look up what it's called. Attack of Opportunity is what it's called, which is a reference to the Opportunity rover that's on Mars. There are 2 songs available now. The rest will be released when the album comes out on September 1st. And the 2 songs that are up now are kick-ass, so go check them out. And Knuckleheadz have a new album out just the other day. This is available now at knuckleheadz.bandcamp.com. That's Knuckleheadz with a Z. This is a Name Your Price release, and it is also available on Spotify and other streaming places. This album includes their FuMP songs Let's Be Pirates, Get Puppies, Get Kittens featuring MC Lars, When I Grow Up, I Want to Be a Teen Titan, Brush Your Teeth and Go to Sleep, and many, many more. So go check that out at knuckleheadz.bandcamp.com. And the song Fart Because It's Funny is way funnier than it has any right to be. And Jake Dewar has a new musical out. His Satirical Saturdays is on hiatus for the time being. Instead, he is doing a musical, which is called Rich People in Space, an anti-capitalist musical. From the description, in the not-too-distant future, as the Earth's resources decline, billionaire Maxwell Pedestal has funded a new project to colonize Mars. Unfortunately, the only ones who can attend to go are the wealthy elite, and a new employee discovers the space station may not be what it seems. For more information, go to jakedewarcomedy.com. And 2D6's Kickstarter for their new album is up to $1,755. They have about $1,000 to go and have 13 days left. So if you'd like to get involved, go to Kickstarter.com, search for 2D6. Their new album is called Live at Casa Bugdug Skull. I don't know. I gotta ask them how to pronounce that. And yeah, check it out. Give them money. FuMPFest is coming. Nothing new to announce, but it's coming. October 5th through 8th. Taking place at Con on the Cob in Richfield, Ohio. Register now at FuMPFest.com and pick up the 2021 FuMPFest compilation album while you're at it.
It has Worm Quartet's winning Dumb Parody Idea song that you can't get anywhere else.
Which was epic. All right. You got anything before tour dates?
Nope.
All right. Tour dates. On Sundays in Nashville, Tennessee, Steve Goodie hosting at the Bluebird. That's when he gets back from Edinburgh. On Sundays online, 2 Sleeps. On Mondays online, Steve Goodie and Brad Tassel at virtualcomedyshow.com. On the 25th in Chicago, Illinois, Gail Gallagher. On the 25th online, Mikey Mason. On the 26th in Oakland, California, Phil Johnson and Roadside Attraction. On the 27th in Santa Cruz, California, Phil Johnson and Roadside Attraction. On the 29th, online, Carla Ulbrich as a guest on Steve Goodie's virtual comedy show. On the 30th in Nashville, Tennessee, Nuclear Bubble Wrap. And the 1st through the 4th in Atlanta, Georgia, the Brobdingnagian Bards, Mikey Mason, MC Lars, and Beth Patterson all performing at Dragon Con. All right, birthdays. Today, the 24th, we have 3. We have Matt Griffo, Marie Cecile Anderson from Reformed Whores, and Pete Johnson of Garden Fresh. Happy birthday, folks.
Woo!
All right, here is the second song of the week. This is by Steve Goodie, who I guess is not joining us. He's probably sound asleep right now. Here is the Sleep Disorder song, ironically.
I can't sleep. I can't sleep, my brain repeats incessantly these OCD trivialities, and eventually, if I fall asleep, I can't breathe. Insomnia and sleep apnea. But dum-bum-bum, my CPAP never works that good. No good, no good, no good. I can't unwind. But dum-bum-bum, would someone please hit me over the head with a sledgehammer? I can't sleep, I can't sleep, I close my eyes, can't find no sheep. So I don't count sheep, I count shepherds. Bo Peep, Jesus, Samuel L. Jackson in Pulp Fiction, astronaut Alan Shepard. When I was a kid, I wanted to be an astronaut, so I asked, and they said, not. Wait, I'm supposed to be counting sheep. Sheep apnea, ba-ba-ba-ba. Lamb chops, they sure do taste good. So good, so good, so good. My stupid brain goes round and round, round and round, round and round. Hey, wouldn't it be great if you could win an award for this? I'd like to thank my mother and Alan Shepard and my pharmacist, who is no help at all. You hate me, you really hate me. I'm trying to think about nothing. Nothing, 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 Alan Shepard. Damn you, Alan Shepard, I'm trying to think about nothing, 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 grapefruit. What? Nothing, 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 nothing. Did I turn off the oven? I'm sure I did. Probably. Of course I did. I'm going to the kitchen to check on the oven. It's off, of course it's off. I think I'll make a sandwich. You know, I ordered some CBD, but someone at Amazon is dyslexic, cause I got the Charlie Daniels Band box set instead. The devil went down to the kitchen to make himself a sandwich. Sleep apnea, ba-dum-bum-bum. I can't breathe, I'm so dumb. Who forgets how to breathe, for crying out loud? I do not snore, you snore. Shut up, you shut up. I've been drinking decaf tea, listening to the white noise machine, breathing slowly and deeply. I'm almost there, now I have to pee. I shouldn't have drunk that gallon of Pepsi, now I've got restless leg syndrome like Elvis Presley. Then all the next day, narcolepsy.
Thank you very much.
Is it weird that I fell asleep at McDonald's, in the drive-thru, or while pumping gas, or watching the eclipse? Please drive around, sir. Do you think it's wise that I drive around while I'm asleep? Apnea, this song's so dumb. Geez, I have to be up in 3 hours, 2 hours. I've got so much work to do tomorrow. 1 hour. I'm screwed thanks to sleep apnea. Ba-dum-bum-bum. 15 minutes of sleep would be pretty good. So good, so good, so good. I think I hear banjos. Ba-dum-bum-bum. Would someone please hit me over the head with a canoe? The wheels in my brain are made of sheep, and I'm really bleeped because I can't sleep. You hate me. You really hate me.
I'm going to have to email Steve and ask him if he actually wrote this at like 3 a.m. while he was having trouble sleeping, because it just screams this is a song that was written at 3 a.m. while I couldn't sleep. So we'll have to find out.
Something I was pondering back when it was, figuring out things for the Logan Awards. When Steve does songs like this, where part of it is an original song he's making up, and then he, like 5 times throughout the song, breaks into parodies of other songs. What fucking category does that go in the Logan Awards?
Yeah, I don't know.
Like a 4th category just called Steve.
Yeah, probably. I mean, he's got enough songs that does one a month, so he'll have 12 songs. We can pick 5 just for the Steve category. Oh, well. All right, let's do some feedback.
Making the internet absolutely ridiculous. Dementia Radio.
www.dementiaradio.org. Port 8027.
Please hang up and try again.
This is the part where there's feedback. Feedback. You know that segment of the show we do about now?
Feedback.
Feedback.
And there's no feedback, so...
No.
Hello, Devo. Hello, Luke. Baramon here. I'm afraid there's no feedback this week. No feedback at all. I know how frustrating this is, with you going through the effort of crafting an intro for everyone. So now is the time to remind them to subscribe. Use that Prime subscription if they have one. It's free. There you go. That's a good boy. Have a biscuit.
Damn it!
All right.
Does that new Knuckleheadz album have a song about like them going to the world's largest playground?
No, I don't think it does. Hang on.
Oh, okay. They should make a song like that so that you can imagine the swing size of the playground equipment.
Very good. Very good. All right. And
teasing. He's a teasing kind of guy. Now you have a job.
Yeah.
all right. Tomorrow's song is by John Mishner. He's the guy who did that "I Got Snacks" song that you heard in the trailer. And Tuesday's song is not yet posted.
Tuesday's song is not yet posted.
All right. Need a topic for a playlist. Any suggestions? Wildcard says best original parody for Steve Goodie's song.
How about songs that feature the voices of children, so that you could play stuff by Knuckleheadz?
Sure.
To promote their album.
Okay. Yeah, I can do that. So we got Knuckleheadz, Snack Bars on that, Fake Adult.
Sleepwalking Zombie by Carrie.
Sleepwalking Zombie.
Woodland Creatures that has Alex Ann on it.
Woodland Creatures.
Oh, Fake Adult.
Yeah, I said that already.
Oh, okay, sorry. Spaced out on that.
All right. That's 5. I will find more. I'm sure there's more.
Yeah.
All right.
Find like a Kids Bop version of some thoroughly inappropriate song and put that on there.
I'll look.
Has Kids Bop done WAP yet?
No. That was a Circus of What sketch I came up with. Was Kids Bop does all these inappropriate songs. All right. All right. Steve Goodie is at stevegoodie.com. I forgot where Paul said he was. Paul
on Instagram?
PX Wensley on Instagram, I believe he was.
Yeah.
All right. Let's get out of here. Thank you for listening to the Funny Music Podcast. I'm Devo Spice.
I'm Luke Ski, and then there was Paul, and also Steve, sort of.
Steve is sleeping.
Thank you for listening to the Funny Music Podcast. You can listen live every Thursday night at 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 Pacific at DementiaRadio.org and join us in the chat. Or subscribe to the podcast feed. Look us up on iTunes and be sure to leave us a review. Feedback for the show can be sent to info@thefump.com. The Funny Music Podcast is a production of Fidem Interactive, LLC, released under a Creative Commons share-alike license. Tell your friends, tell your enemies, shout it to random people on the street, and be sure to visit thefump.com for the latest funny songs. Tune in next week where you'll hear Luke Ski say...
Does anybody else go into the app and like set up a whole Pizza Hut delivery order and then get to the end and then see how much it costs with delivery and all the other charges and then say, no, I'm not going to order that?